the new reports you can either run from the district office or from a school. And that's what's really cool about them. Either way, district office or school, that's one thing. I'm going to do it from the district office, and I'm going to go over here and under setup. I am in the old UI, so if you need instructions for the new UI, let me know. I'm going to go to district, and they're right up here. So SCDE School Climate Survey Response Reports. You're going to, like I said, you're going to see those in there really soon. If you're self-hosted, of course, put in a ticket, but everybody else, the majority of everybody, they're just going to be there really soon for you. And the student one is called Students Climate Survey Response Report. The teacher one is called Teacher Climate Survey Response Report. Let's take a look at the students. All right, so there's a note here that for better performance, you might want to do it a school at a time, but you could certainly do it for all the schools. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it for all of them. So I'm going to select all. And I'm going to select the survey that I want. So it's going to be called 2024 Student School Climate Survey. I'm going to submit that. It doesn't take too long, but yeah, for one school, it's probably going to be a little bit faster. Now, again, to make the reports run a little bit faster, and again, because these reports are very specific to the school climate surveys, for the students, it's only pulling students in grades 3 and up, because of those are the students that are, crucial for that indicator that you guys have. So you don't even have to filter out the grades, K through 2. Just know that that's already done. Now, if you want to filter beyond that, you can. So you've got some things. Some of this may seem a little redundant to you, but we just wanted, when you can export a CSV of this. So we just wanted you to have like all the information that you need right there. So you can either filter here or export and kind of play with it from there. So there's your district number, district name, school number, school name, the student full name. We have this in several different ways in case it's easier one way or another. It's the full name, first, middle, last, suffix. So you could filter on those too. Sons, grade levels, so you could filter that way. And homeroom, we understood that homeroom was one way because, if you're trying to reach out and say, hey, maybe homeroom is where the students are filling it out and you want to reach out just to students in a certain homeroom or to that homeroom teacher. So you can filter that way. And then for completed, let's look and see, we have a few test surveys. So these students here in our test environment have completed the survey and it shows the date completed. So I could just export, I could just look at those. And this is going to show you one record per student, okay, is how that works. I can export to CSV. There we go. Here's my nice little CSV, and I've got all my info in there, and some of you might be more comfortable messing with it there, or maybe you need to securely share that with somebody internally so you can, kind of nudge folks, hey, we need students in this homeroom to fill this out or something like that. All right, so for the teacher survey, let's take a look at that one. Okay, so I'm going to do, again, all schools, because I can't remember where we did the test surveys. We did it in one of these schools, but you could do one school. You could also just, your PowerSchool administrators at the school level could do this. They would go to school, and then we'll have some documentation to explain how, but just like we did here, instead of clicking on district, they would go to school. And then, of course, at the school level, they could only look at their one school. But we're doing this from the district level. So we'll do 2024 Teacher School Climate Survey. We'll click Submit. All right, there we go. There we've got teachers. Now, as you know, teachers can be associated with more than one school if they serve at more than one school. This year, your teachers are only going to be able to submit one survey per school that they are associated with, okay? And that's part of, by the way, why it's really important that everybody have that eCollect, that latest eCollect upgrade. I think the last we checked, at least all of our hosted districts, I think do. We'll double check on that. But self-hosted districts, make sure that you put in a ticket for that if you haven't already. Otherwise, you won't get the teacher form. Okay, so that's a crucial piece. But in any case, here are teachers who have completed, date completed, the position title. Now, some of these, our teachers have lots of IDs, right? So some of these may be extraneous to you, and that's okay. Just ignore if you don't care about position title or the state PRID or something. That might be useful to someone else who's looking at this, but it might not be useful to you, and you can just ignore. But we tried to make sure enough information was included. You'll notice that we have a few teachers here, like this one right here, who's associated with more than one school, right? So you see PowerSchool 16 and PowerSchool 3 are the very creative names there for the schools there that teacher is associated with, and they have one record for each of those schools, okay, and no more than that. And that's why we have the position title just sort of all together there in that one row, but many, as you can see in this particular district, many of them don't have that filled out. So just like with the student form, you can export this. Now, who is being pulled into this? I will tell you that would be those who, let me show you. Let's go from the start page. Let me pick a teacher just to show you, or a staff member. We'll pick this person. If I go to security settings, you see how there is a checkbox checked for sign into PowerTeacher, and there's a username and a password here on the security settings page. That person has access to Teacher Portal. And so it's anybody who has those three things filled out, access to Teacher Portal, but also who has, let's go to their information page, active status. So they have to be active, they have to have active status checked, and they have to have access to Teacher Portal. So it's not gonna be every teacher ever who ever walked through the doors of the district or the school. Okay, those are the people who are included.